and by getting Secretary of Health to approve the draft, no? So I had nothing to do with approval of the draft. It was him who presented it and all that. Now, the problem there was that where was going to be to have the signing of the agreement and the launch of the 3H program. So he told me, oh, we have to have 100 mothers and children to observe all of that. So I said, how can we do that? We cannot do that in a hotel, because in a hotel they will not allow the people to go into the hotel. But then I remembered that the Rotary Club of Makati already had this property, and that we had a community worker working with us to help alleviate poverty here in the barangay. So I called for her, and we met here, and together with John Giles. And the issue there was that on that particular day of the signing, can you bring the children and mothers to observe the signing, and at the same time to be given the first oral polio vaccine? And the woman, a community worker, assured us that she can do it. No, she can do it. So she said, I know them very well now, and they trust me, you know. So when I tell them that it will be like this, they will all come. And true enough, on Saturday, September 29 of 1979, they were all here. Of course, we had to tempt them. We had a little food, you know, and something for the children, you know. So the Rotary Club Makati prepared all of that, and then we had the sound system, and then John Giles had this communication setup that whatever happened that evening will be beamed all over the world, you know. That was his job. So that happened, and but the president arrived on Friday, September 28. They arrived on Friday, and I brought them to Malacanang to pay our respects to the president and to Mrs. Marcos. But that day and that afternoon, only President Marcos met us, because Mrs. Marcos was indisposed. So she could not meet with us. So the President Bomar told me, Mr. Ichinawa, are we going to come back tomorrow? What is our schedule? I said, we have no choice, President Bomar, because she was the one who approved it. So she must be the one whom we should come and greet. So we came back the following day. But at that particular moment, there was already a meeting of Rotarians in Intercon. So we told them, please wait there while we will go to Malacanang first. So we went to Malacanang at 9 o'clock, and we met Mrs. Marcos, and she was very happy, of course, that President Marcos, President Bomar, and his aide, Rotarian Chuck Keller, and his wife, 4 of them, and myself and my wife, we came to greet her, and she said, she was very enthusiastic. She was very happy, and she said, yes, I will be there later on this evening, you know, in your dinner. So the following day, after that luncheon in Intercon, the people were there since 9 o'clock, and they had to wait until we came back from Malacanang, you know. And then after lunch, President Bomar rested for a while. Then he talked to the young people for 30 minutes, and then after that, he was ready to come back here to make the signing already. So on Saturday, September 29, the signing was done here. and then she gave that first oral vaccine to that Filipino child, and then right after that there was a little boy that says, "That was my sister. Thank you, Rotary." That was caught by John Giles in the microphone, and he beamed that also all over the world. So that picture and that words, that was my sister, thank you, Rotary, was received by everybody all around the world, and that was received by really happiness and by thanks by all the people around the world. They started contributing. They started contributing to the 3H program, and so that is how this is all started.
After that, what happened?
Well, what happened was the 3H committee that was formed started to inform everybody all around the world about the 3H program. And what you would call those that the doctors and the scientists got together with Rotary, and they were joined by UNESCO, they were joined by WHO, they were joined by the disease control of the United States to plan out what is the next step to be done, no? And so they said that the best way would be to consider the mass immunization program of WHO, because
this is Polio Plus?
Huh?
It's called Polio Plus?
Yes, that is when they started to the one that here was 1979. Now Polio Plus was started in 1985 when the RI president was Dr. Canseco. Now Dr. Canseco is a doctor, and both protagonists, Dr. Salk and Dr. Sabin, that are contrasting with each other how to treat polio. Each one has its own way. Dr. Sabin was for the oral polio vaccine. Dr. Salk was for the injection. So nag-aaway sila eh. So it had to be RI and Dr. Canseco to put them together because kilala niya yung silang dalawa. It was 1985 when RI President Dr. Canseco considered the total eradication of polio together with 6 other diseases of childhood diseases, and they projected by 2005 they can eradicate polio. But of course, that did not happen. So up to now, we're still working on it. But from 116 countries, we're down to 3. But there is 3 countries.
Yes,
but there is no polio. There is no safety from polio anywhere if there is no safety from polio everywhere. So up to now, we're still, as RI President John Germ said, that the World Polio Day will be the most important day in the history of Rotary. But I think the polio immunization program will be the greatest gift that Rotary has given to the world humanity. Because from that one Filipino child, now over 2.5 billion children have been immunized.